into the Stellar matrix. And then the first bullet point up there, confirmation that Bitcoin and Ethereum do not meet the ISO standards, and therefore they will not, like the native token will not be able to bridge on. It'll only be the wrapped asset that comes into Stellar. XRP quickly, just as a confirmation. This is really key, guys, because I find it almost comical. It's very interesting to me that the entire XRP community for years and years have been saying that, we are the world reserve currency. How come it took me over here in Stellar to actually just debunk that narrative? How did I debunk it? I actually used XRP Ripple's information themselves, ODL, on-demand liquidity. That means XRP is the liquidity token. It is not the stablecoin. It is not the world reserve currency. And they kind of glossed over it. And suddenly now all of them are like, oh yeah, of course it's a liquidity token. Guys, you didn't know that. You didn't even know what that meant. ODL, the only reason why I knew about that is because over in Stellar, we have tons of liquidity tokens. So when I saw that word, I was like, Eureka. Everyone has actually been misdecoding XRP for years now. So
Talk a
that's
lot
why,
about liquidity, right, Emma?
yeah, right. And then, again, future call, we'll talk about the collateralization of XRP, and some of my theories on what's going to happen with XRP and the reason why you have to have a buyback in it. So the last couple slides are going to be more about, moving forward, what does it look like in terms of QFS and Gesera? So back in December of last year, the UN actually did a big beta test with Stellar. And what they did is they created all these digital wallets to actually move US dollars around in digital form called the USDC coin. And they sent it to hundreds of thousands of people in Ukraine. And it was done instantly on their own smartphone. So what that told me was, yeah, the public narrative might have been, oh my gosh, Stellar must be black hat because they're working with the UN. No, guys, because remember, the UN has already been taken over by the white hats. This was literally the beta test for future UBIs. Okay. And then after that, what happened? Just a couple weeks ago, I believe it was like February 13 or something. So a couple days before that, Stellar actually joined the CFTC, right? So Commodities Future Trading Commission. But within the CFTC, there's a subcommittee called the GMAC, the Global Market Advisory Committee. And so Stellar became the first blockchain to join this committee. And this committee literally is part of the advisory council that creates the regulation for, well, in this case, for crypto in the future. And so their very first presentation to the CFTC after joining it was about something called Stellar Aid Assist. And here's a picture of Danelle Dixon, who's the CEO of the Stellar Development Foundation. But they're talking about how millions of people anywhere in the world, but including the unbanked meaning people who do not have an actual bank account, can get into Stellar, and within 2.5 minutes of execution time, they can collect their money, create an account, and cash out if they want to all the money that's being flushed in rather through the Stellar Aid Assist. Guys, that is literally what the UBI is. And I've been saying this since 2021, but now we're seeing the technical version of how it's actually going to come to be. So how does this actually happen? In terms of technology, two things that you need to learn about. In the future, you can do, more of a deep dive onto it. But there's something called Stellar SEP, which is their protocols, SEP24 and Claimable Balance.